What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Naoya Inoue versus Nonito Donaire 2, and this was a 12-rounder for the unified WBC, WBA, and IBF Bantamweight World Championship, and this fight was Tuesday, June 7th, from the Saitama Super Arena in Saitama, Japan, and this fight was broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or in the ESPN app. And in this fight, Naoya Inoue was able to destroy Nonito Donaire, getting a vicious second-round knockout victory to once more prove why he is the best bantamweight in the world. So because of this fight, now Inoue holds 3 world titles as opposed to the 2 he was going into this fight with, now adding that WBC belt into his WBA and IBF straps. So leading up to this stoppage, I had this bout score 10-8 in favor of Naoya Inoue. And just a little disclaimer, I know this fight happened earlier in the morning here in the United States, but obviously I had school, so I wasn't able to make the fight then, or make a post-fight review then, but I was watching it in school, and it was a pretty funny moment because I was shocked at how Inoue was able to get him out of there whilst I was literally in my history class, so it was a pretty funny moment. But this was a really good performance otherwise from Inoue. So yeah, just to break it down, in the first round, Naoya Inoue came out coming forward, and they were both actually exchanging. It was a very, very competitive fight up until Inoue dropped Donaire later in the first round. Both of them were exchanging, but I did think that Inoue was getting a bit better of the exchanges. Donaire was really on the outside a bit more. Occasionally he would come forward and try and throw hit a little burst of offense, but it was primarily Inoue throwing big power punches. And whenever Inoue was throwing, he was grunting very hard. You got to even hear from a broadcast, you got to hear the speed and power really you could just hear how much he was putting through into his punches. And that's what, really brings Inoue into being one of the hardest pound-for-pound hitters in the world. He really just puts full force into his punches, and we really got to see that here as he was able to take out Nonito Donaire early, unlike anyone has ever done to him. So in that first round, obviously they were exchanging for the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Then in the last 15, it looked as if obviously it was just going to be a clean round, no knockdowns, but then they were exchanging a bit more. Donaire came back in inside the pocket and then got caught with a perfectly placed right straight to the chin / nose area of obviously Donaire. Donaire went down to the canvas. He got sat down with that straight right. Referee counted him, obviously. End of that round. It was literally at maybe 2 minutes and 58 seconds of that round when Donaire got dropped. So that means it was a 10-8 round for Inoue. So then in that second round, Inoue came out, guns blazing, ready to get a knockout. He came forward, landed a big left hook on this sort of nose area of Donaire, buckled him a bit. Then Donaire was just getting backed up on the ropes, getting battered with big shots. Looked like he was going to get stopped. He kept moving him around the ring, and after he was obviously hurt on the ropes, it seemed like he was sort of rejuvenated a bit, and it seemed like he weathered the storm. But that wasn't the case, as Inoue landed another big left hand, and it was on the, once again, the nose / jaw area, and this time it was a very big delayed reaction. Then right a couple seconds, or just a second after it landed, Donaire, his leg sort of torqued the other way, and it buckled, and it looked like he was going to go down. But he obviously didn't. He just buckled really, really bad, and he was backed up against the ropes again. Inoue came in there, going for the kill again, throwing big power punches, and really just backing up Donaire. And then ultimately Donaire was caught up in the corner, hit with another big left-right combination, followed by another left hook, served to the nose area again, that sent him flat on his back. Referee waved it off, and it was a vicious knockout win for Naoya Inoue. So, comment down below your thoughts on this fight, your thoughts on Inoue's performance based on this being the only second time Donaire has been stopped, and he's never been stopped like this. I know this is an older version of Donaire, but still it's very, very impressive. So yet again, Donaire is the second best bantamweight in the world, and if Inoue is able to do this to the second best, I wonder what he will be able to do to the other guys in the top 10. So with that being said, what is next for Naoya Inoue? I think in his next fight, he'll take on obviously a low-ranked guy, like someone like a Michael Dasmariñas, or the opponent he took on in December leading up to this fight. I think he'll take on someone like that in Japan, obviously his home country. Take on someone lower ranked, maybe someone that's inside the top 15 rankings for the 3 belts he has according to the sanctioning bodies. So Yeah, I think he'll take on someone like that, get an easy title defense, and then in his next fight after that, I think he'll be taking on like possibly the winner of like a Paul Butler versus John Real Casemiro clash for undisputed, something like that, like a really really big fight against someone inside the top 10. But as for Nonito Donaire losing here for the seventh time, second by knockout, I think this could be it for him. He's about to turn 40 years old, and this is just a vicious loss. I know that he could probably beat everyone inside the bantamweight division, or most of them except Inoue, but I really think it could be it because this was a vicious loss. I mean, maybe he might come back on Showtime just for one last fight against like a decent top 15, top 10 level fighter. He'll get a win, then he could retire, but I really think that this might be it for him. So overall, Naoya Inoue destroys Nonito Donaire in their rematch, getting a second round knockout victory and scoring 2 knockdowns in the process. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.